Welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today's episode is going to make a lot of people happy. And by a lot of people, I mean haters. So, this video is about the people who love to hate on Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Okay, no, it's not really about that. But apparently, the Archewell Foundation has been found delinquent, if you want to believe the headlines. So before I give any of my thoughts, what did you find in the article, E?
I don't appreciate all this sass. Free article. You're swaying the audience here.
So a dose of your medicine, a little bit of that.
Why am I your friend? All right, guys. This is a People article from written by Charmaine Patterson. The title is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Archewell Foundation refute delinquent allegations. Remains in good standing. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Archewell Foundation is addressing claims that it has been declared delinquent. In a statement shared with People on Tuesday, May 14th, a spokesperson for the foundation said, "We have diligently investigated the situation and can confirm that the Archewell Foundation remains fully compliant and in good standing. Due payments were made promptly and in accordance with the IRS's processes and procedures. Furthermore, all necessary paperwork had been filed by the foundation without error or wrongdoing."
Oh.
The California Attorney General's office confirmed the statement to People after being in touch with our registry of charities and fundraisers. The organization is current and in good standing. On Tuesday, Prince Harry, 39, and Meghan Markle, 42, were told to stop all soliciting and spending for the Archewell Foundation after the California Registry of Charities and Foundations declared it delinquent. A source close to the charity told People at the time that the organization had met the state's requirements when filing taxes, which were reported in December. Any payments owed were sent via tracked mail to the Attorney General's office and received on time. Any claims suggesting otherwise are inaccurate. A source said that although the paperwork was filed on time, the check it sent was never received. The organization wasn't aware until it was issued a delinquency notice from the Attorney General of California, Rob Bonta, on May 3rd. The notice obtained by People stated that the Archewell Foundation is listed as delinquent with the Registry of Charities and Foundations for failing to submit required annual reports and or renewal fees. An organization that is listed as delinquent is not in good standing and is prohibited from engaging in conduct for which registration is required, including soliciting or dispersing charitable funds, the letter outlines. The organization may also be subject to penalties, and its registration may be suspended or revoked by the registry. Once you submit the delinquent records, you will be notified of the amount of any late fees that are owed. The letter also lists the Archewell Foundation with a Beverly Hills address, about 2 hours from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex home in Montecito, California. Meghan and Prince Harry launched the foundation in 2020, the same year they stepped back from their royal duties. Our mission is simple: show up, do good. We meet the moment by showing up, taking action, and using our unparalleled spotlight to uplift and unite communities, local and global, through acts of service and compassion, its website says. What do we think, Dee?
Well, I'm gonna quote Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and say that this was all very much overhyped.
Mm.
I don't know how such a clerical issue could have been made, but clearly, this was very much done for detrimental purposes because seriously, like with with all the spotlight that this family gets, you're telling me that they would just be like flippant about their charity status? If if we really think about it, you
Mhm.
have people that watch their every single move. Chances are people are also watching their charity because they're waiting for a headline, they're waiting for something bad. So, how convenient that after they have such a successful tour abroad, now all of a sudden they come home and they're delinquent. How convenient.
Successful tour abroad. That's broad. But the article said the check it sent was never received. The governor of California is just covering for them.
Ugh,
That is grounds for delinquency. And guys, I know the article sounds bad and that they're in delinquent status, but in the States, you pay for it, 3 seconds later, you're back active.
right.
Doesn't matter the state. It's not that serious. But the
Yeah.
fact is, the check was never received. Who's your accountant? If
Whoever
this
they are.
was issued in December, that means it's been at least 120 days outstanding. Checks are usually null and void in 90
Nine.
ish days.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the accountant didn't see that this check was outstanding and that didn't alarm them? And I'm saying this because, I do accounting and finance. So I know this. I'm like, oh, this has been a while. Let me reach out. Let me see if they got it. Let me reissue. If they know that people are looking at them, they need to dot their I's and cross their T's like 2 times with 2 different pens at this point. So to me, they just look like, we have a charity. Our people will take care of it. And clearly, they have no oversight of their people. And this happened. It's not serious, but it's serious. If you get what I mean.
I will agree with one point
Hmm.
because obviously on the accounting front, they should have known.
Okay.
That does make a lot of sense. But on the
Everything
other aspect,
makes sense.
anyway, uh but on the other side of things, like, I mean, you you hire people to run your foundation, you hire people to handle
Mhm.
these matters, you trust that they're handling them correctly. So I feel that, like, if Prince Harry and or Meghan Markle were to be the oversight, wouldn't that kind of be like micromanaging in a way? That's not their expertise. Neither one of them is an accountant. Neither one of them
Mhm.
is the one that's handling these sort of matters for their foundation. It would be different if they were regular people who had a charity, and they have to be involved in every aspect of things. But in this case, I mean, are we expecting that all the charities that famous people have are being looked at directly by the celebrities? We had a video that we did not long ago about Naomi Campbell, and we talked about how, like, her charity closed down supposedly due to the investigation that's going on in the UK. Other people are claiming, or her people are claiming, that it was going to be closed down prior to this investigation anyway.
Mhm.
But we discussed how, like, she's a millionaire. We're not assuming that she's the one out here taking the money and running with it. Like, it
Mhm.
just, and then I think she had like I don't know if it was like a business partner or someone else who's a billionaire that, like, is also part of the charity. I doubt that these people are the ones who are handling the money, right? So
Mhm.
just as how we don't expect that Naomi Campbell was like checking for every like penny, nickel, and dime of her charity, why are we going to expect the same thing of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle?
I expected Naomi Campbell to at least be aware
Well,
of
I
what's
mean,
going on with the
considering,
company. They don't need to know the nitty gritty of what's
yeah.
going on, but are they having meetings where they're getting the full scope of everything that's going on with the company? They don't need to be in the day-to-day business, but they need to know what's going on.
So they need to know if one check was not cashed.
Something like that, yeah. We are in my company, we're very on top of domains. We're very on top of annual reports because one of those things, like, we can't do business without any of these things. We have to be very compliant with federal and state laws. I mean, and my business is kind of specific, and we can't, we don't have the leisure of being delinquent in some things, but these are things that we have to keep on top of. The annual reports are once a year.
Right.
We're talking, how much could it be in California? Maybe $300 the most, maybe less, $100. There's nothing serious. It's not like thousands of dollars, guys.
Right.
But that is something that's very important, especially if people are donating to you, especially if you're spending funds.
Hmm.
Look at what happened. And they're in the spotlight. I think that they should know better, business wise and celebrity wise at this point, for their image.
I mean, that just seems so insane to expect that these two people are going to have to pay attention to every check that comes in and out of their charity. That seems bonkers. Like, again, I can understand, like you said, that from the accounting standpoint, they should have known if
Mhm.
something was off, that should have been noted. And then also, like, I don't know, shouldn't you receive something back from the state? Just basically that you're in compliance, or that, your annual report was done, or I don't know, isn't there some kind of, shouldn't there be some kind of notification that everything went through okay? I feel like that would kind of make some sense, that you would get something basically advising that it's correct. And then also, shouldn't you get something to state that you haven't done something by a deadline? Because these are all things that have deadlines. So I would assume that, like, it's something you monitor. So like I said, from that standpoint, it makes sense that yes, a county should have known. Now, as far as whether the two faces of the charity, if they should have known whether one check was cashed or not, I don't think it's like that fathomable. But at the same time, I can't agree that because of the scrutiny that they're under, because of the spotlight that they're under, there are some things that they probably should pay more attention to than normal, because
Mhm.
it is it is insane the sort of attention and headlines that they get, just how people ran with this headline immediately the moment it came out. So to that end, I guess, yeah, they should even pay attention to one check.
You're saying it to one check. It's not the one check. It's just finances overall.
Well, yeah, no, finances overall, of course they should know. But if your accountant or your people that are handling this, your compliance people, if they have a compliance department, if they're telling you we're good, right? Let's say they have these meetings that you're talking about. If they're saying we're good, are we not supposed to believe our people that things are good?
Well, we don't know if they're having meetings. These are my questions. Are they not having meetings with their staff?
If they're
Are
not,
there,
that's dumb. That's dumb if they're not.
I guess, are their staff like smart enough to figure some of these things out? Are they hiring the right people?
Yeah,
These are the questions that I'm having.
that
Is
makes
it
sense.
their fault? I say more yes than no, but yeah, overall, it's their charity.
I mean, they
It's
are the
not
face.
a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, it's only probably $100, $200. It you could go from delinquent to active in like 3 seconds, but the
Yeah.
truth of the matter is, it still happened. And the
Yeah.
governor covering it up is not cool. He should
That
be
is
fired.
excessive. That is excessive to say the governor is covering it up.
Do you
You're
see him
accusing
telling,
the governor of a
going to
crime.
press conferences and talking about other charities? Oh no, it was a clerical error. No.
I think he called a press conference to talk specifically about this headline. I believe there was other things going on. I didn't see the full press conference that he had, just the portion where he talked about Archewell Foundation. But point is, maybe because of the fact that these two people, like I said, are highly scrutinized, they should pay more attention to things, or they should have more oversight. Somebody that they fully trust to be able to look into all these things, because at the end of the day, everyone is watching and everyone who hates on them is waiting for this sort of headline to pop up.
That's true. But guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Should they be looking at every single check? because this is crazy. It is kind of crazy. But at this point, they have all this stardom and celebrity, and they're heavily scrutinized or praised. Should they be more aware of what's going on in their charity? Did people just blow this out of proportion? Let
Yeah.
us know in the comments. But that concludes today's episode. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends can be our friends and we can all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We are on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys like, follow, share, and comment. You can also listen to the videos in podcast format via YouTube Music and Spotify.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.